Yep, there it goes again. Alright, cryptids, what is going on? It is me, Mississippi Gonzo, growing JK Rip Redcorn, and today we are going to be looking at the peyote, the Vapid Peyote. I don't know why I almost said peyote vapid, but you know. Yeah, this is the gasser variant, and this is also a collection video, as the title states. As we all know, the peyote, I decided to do this one first and get it out the way. You know, the final one will be the lowrider, but anyway. You know, hey, gotta give them the people the good stuff first. Gotta feed them a little. Nah, give them the best stuff for last. You give them a taste up front and then, you know, let them taste all the lackluster stuff afterwards. But, you know, that's beside the point. It is based off of a Ford Thunderbird. That's what I mostly know about it. But I will say this. It handles terribly because, you know, it is a gasser. And yes, I do say gasser. That's what this genuinely is. You know, imagine if they actually did the what's that one car? The little car in this game that's based off. Well, yeah, it can actually climb up stuff. But anyway, imagine if they gave us a Street Freak. You know, I have predicted other types of vehicles too. I did review this one, and I also did do a vehicle battle, like a car battles. Which, funny enough, that series did gain a lot of controversy behind it because I was always, you know, we're making fun of JDM. I made fun of JDM in it, and, well, in one particular one, and that pissed off a lot of people. That single-handedly pissed off the drift community. Because I think it had to do with the Fudo versus the Sultan, or whatever it was, but that's beside the point. But yeah, in terms of, this thing's got a whole lot of power in the rear wheels, but the motor, it feels like it's starved. You know, like it wants to open up more. You know, that's just me, though. You know, I just thought about something. You know, what would be wildest if they added in like a true 1971 to 1976 Impala Caprice that's done up like a donk. But yeah, that's beside the point. Yeah, I did do a car battle with this, and it was against the Rat Rod Tornado. Tornado Rat Rod. That's what it's against. Will I bring that series back? No, I don't want to bring that series back. Because I'm trying to move on into other stuff. I still do the off-road reviews because I still have fun with it. You know, off-roading is still one of those things you can just do with everybody in GTA. Now, I will say this. This one right here does not like water. You know, do get it out the water. This particular vehicle does not like the water. If it stays submerged for longer than 4 seconds, it will go under. At least that's how I kept count. It could have been a little bit more, but I want to say it's 4. 4 seconds, and it goes completely out. Ooh! And there it goes. Whoo! Ooh, and I say that. Okay, so as long as the motor's not completely submerged, it's fine. I was about to say, I'm like, please, I don't want to restart this. Please don't. But yeah, the handling, it ain't that great, as you can tell. And I got the stick moved all the way over to the side. You know, I do know there's a mod that does allow you to use the wheel with this game. At least I think there is. But yeah, see, this is what I also mean. This one, you just don't. It's got the speed. It does not have the brakes. But what it can do is it can pop a wheelie like nobody's business. Because it is a muscle car. And yet, you know, I did try to drag race with this one, and didn't go well. It did not go well. I came in last. Messed up my record. I was mad. I was kicking the car. But, you know, that's beside the point. Off-roading wise, you know, you got to have some handling. Because if not, you will get stuck. And traction at random points will go with this particular, with the gasser at any moment. But it does hold. It will hold its power. As long as you hold its power and don't hop off the wheels. Just don't let the wheels come up off the ground. And let's not go towards the commune over there, the cultist, the Allurist camp. Them dudes don't bathe. Them dudes stink. And plus that, they run around with no clothes on. And YouTube doesn't like that. YouTube does not like that. But yeah. But yeah, it's so far as like actually trying to like race this where you're cutting corners, don't do it. I mean, seriously, don't. Because you will not have a good time. But you know, maybe some of you want the challenge. Well, then by all means, be my guest. But other than that, I will probably be getting off into seeing you in the next part of this video, which will now be on the peyote itself. So we're going to go on ahead and hop over to it. So let's go. Today we're going to be looking at the peyote as a part of the off-road review collection. So it is based off of a Thunderbird from the 50s, the first generation it came out. Yeah, strange. It's Vapid, you know. Plus that, we all know what peyote is. I don't need to explain it to you. I will be reviewing all the peyotes that are available in-game, including this one, the lowrider, and the gasser. Which, the gasser, that video actually dates back to 2024 when it became available again. I'm currently waiting on the rat ride, Tornado, to go back on sale, so I can start, you know, doing that one. Just as it is. So, this is where I'll start off at. So far, it's surprisingly, it's been handling great so far. Got some nice suspension work, nice and deep down through the water. Now, it ain't going to climb up that I can tell. You know, I'm pretty sure I could use this for like a Moonrunners thing. This and the Tornado. But originally we were going to do one. It was supposed to be like a Moonshine Through the Years documentary. And I want to say this one was going to be like a police car. But now we got several. Surprising. Well, only one way to make it across. Yep. Well, at least I didn't mess it up. I can still save it. Things happen in the off-road review that sometimes you just got to, you know, use judgment and common sense to get across. For the most part. So this will probably be about one of the bigger collections. Well, I'm still working on a Dominator collection. I do apologize for any unnecessary mic noise. But I am doing a Tornado collection. I'm just waiting for that particular Tornado to go back on sale, which is the Rad Ride. Will I put the beater back into it? Probably so. But you know, such as these things are. Nice and easy on the way down. You know, it's just something about seeing a black car on a road late at night. Just an old black car like this. You know it's got moonshine in the trunk. You know, given how this thing is, and, you know, like, alright, let me get turned around. Even with the plaque, alright, that was already in game when this came out. That just lets me know that there was supposed to be lowriders at the start of the game, but for some reason it didn't come in. I would assume console limitations. I'm going to jump across. Yeah, I wasn't dare going to run the risk. We're not going to run the risk. Yeah, but it did get stuck. But only one way out. When in doubt, floor it. That's one way out of many things, is just floor it. But I will say this. I hear the jet. Let's see if it crashes. No. Guess that jet learned its lesson. So one thing I will say, that was kind of it though. I think console limitations might have kept, lowriders from being put in. But I would say the other reason, I think it, but then, like when the PS4 stuff started coming out, I think it was supposed to be like story mode DLC, but, everything got pushed online. That's what I think. I think a lot of stuff got pushed into online. And this is also what I mean by, it handling dirt. Well, most cars in this game can handle dirt, some better than others, but, take a look at the magic. It's magical. That is a wild boar. If you see them, shoot them. That's all I'm going to say. And that's the other thing, too. This thing, the brakes are kind of iffy. And, its acceleration, it will burn out. This is in the Sports Classics. But when you upgrade it through Benny's, I want to say it becomes a muscle car. But if not, we'll jump right into that. So, I know some of you are going to be asking, are you going to review the special variants? No, I don't review special variants. That's just a given. I don't review special variants. That's not my thing. And for some of y'all wonder, well, what do you mean by special variant? Well, the tornado will sometimes spawn in with certain gangs in the city. Because I've seen the tornado and this one and the Buccaneer all spawn in online over around the Ballas and the Vagos. Sometimes a Mañana will also spawn with Grove Street. It will spawn over with the families. See? That was already in game. I remember that from the PS3 that this one also had it. So I'm wondering, was Lowrider supposed to be in the start of the game? Well, I'll just leave that speculation up to y'all. But anyway, we're going to go on ahead and jump into the next peyote. So here we go. Alright, so here I am with the Vapid Peyote Lowrider, as you can get from Benny's. Well, it's the Peyote Custom. But yes, this is the one you can get from Benny's. It's on the expensive side. I'd say it's one of the more expensive lowriders to get. But then again, you can get the peyote for free, but, if you really want a lowrider, then, do use judgment. It's like this. Do you really want it? If the answer is yes, then by all means, you can get it. If not, well, keep going until you got the money. And believe me, the lowriders in this game are not cheap to customize. But you can see how mine is. I kind of want to do a lowrider like this with the camo interior. As you can see, camo. But yes, the advantage lowriders have in off-roading. Hydraulics. Or just ask Roadkill. Finnegan and Freiberger, everybody. Give it up for Finnegan and Freiberger. Such a shame Roadkill goes under. But, such as it is, who knows, maybe there'll be a new show that comes out that's kind of like Roadkill, or, whatever. Maybe they'll bring it back. There's hoping. But, so far I would say, I haven't reviewed very many lowriders yet. But, maybe one day in the future I'll do a lowrider top 10 off-roaders. Such as it is. Oof. That was a close one. Okay, I'm just making sure that the hydraulics still work. Even though in reality, you might bust one of these. That's the whole thing. I thought you might bust one of these. Yeah, I put a bobblehead on the dash. Very smooth on the transition upwards. That's the one thing about the lowriders is that, if you're worried about scratching the paint, just hit upward. And that reminds me, there's kind of a few other vehicles I need to start making collections for, but, I tend to keep at least 15 off-road reviews made before I say, forget it. That's just in case something happens. I could just schedule a whole bunch of them to upload in 1 week. Which I have done before. And then some people ask, why aren't you uploading? It's like, I've been uploading. But, such as these things are. Okay, so I might have to rethink my strategy on how I do this part. But, such as it is, I had to back up and turn around. But, there it is. There she goes. Get across there. Come on, get it. Hi, there she goes. See? Look at how that suspension works with the off-roaders. Now, in reality, I think you might bust a hydraulic or, bust one of the lines in it. Or, God forbid, you send a shock absorber through the firewall. But I don't think these have firewalls. Well, it kind of does. I couldn't tell you about lowriders IRL. I couldn't. All I know is that they're cool and they bounce. More bounce to the ounce. Hey, that reminds me. What am I listening to? Ew. There it is. Hey, it's arbitrarily, if you're going to have a lowrider, you got to play Zapp and Roger. And particularly, Computer Love or... I'm trying to think of the other one. Computer Love is the big one. You can't go wrong with Computer Love. I mean, think about it. We all heard that song in Menace to Society. Yeah, that Mustang was smooth, wasn't it? Smooth Mustang. But, such as it is. That's the one thing I love about the lowriders is that they can pretty much off-road and you get like a cool custom. That reminds me. Maybe me and Slay should get into a public lobby and see if we can talk anyone into doing, off-roading. And it's like, what happens if they show up? Everybody shoot them. Someone shows up with a ride you trying to start that mess. And it's like, well, there's about 20 of us and one of you. I have seen that happen. There was one session that I was in. And somebody got the whole lobby to off-road. I wish I was recording it because it was beautiful. Yeah, public lobby shenanigans. If you can get a whole lobby in to do your nonsense, then that's what you need to do. It just ends up greatly. I thought there was a car over there for a moment. And she stopped. I'm not real sure why that car just decided, well, I'm just going to stop right here. I hit the brakes and it's like, why aren't you going forward? Making a jackass out of me, why don't you? But such as it is. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. The moon in this game has moon signs. So it's not constantly full moon or something another. You get all the moon signs. Such as it is. But yeah, this is about it for the peyote and all that jazz. So we will jump to the next video. Now I will say this one was shot back in 2014. Well, back in 2024. The peyote footage was. Well, the peyote gasser footage whenever it became available again. But I will say this. If it is not in, if there's no ending to it, then, we'll jump to that video and then we'll jump straight back into this one. So let's jump into it. Alright, so that'll be about it for the off-road review on the peyote collection, which I have reviewed every peyote in game. So as always, shoot the like button with a grip skiddly if you enjoyed, and please do comment down below your favorite lowrider or if you have a certain vehicle you want me to review. Now do note it that I might have it in a collection, so be patient. Collections take a little bit longer to film than the individual stuff. And as always, share these videos around because it helps my channel out immensely. And be sure to smash the subscribe button today and click the notification bell icon to stay up to date whenever I upload videos or when I go live, which I'm trying to do. But things happen. And as always, y'all have a great day and a balling weekend. Don't do anything stupid, and don't hop a lowrider to the point where you send a shock through the firewall. Just don't. So other than that, y'all take care.